Today we will be learning about the scientific method. In order to do this, we will go through the different steps of the scientific method, and we are going to use the "How does music that I hear alter my heart rate?" lab. The first step in scientific method is to ask a question or state the problem. So in the case of this lab, the first step would be to phrase what you're trying to figure out in a question. So does the music that I hear alter my heart rate in beats per minute? It's important that it's a question and that the question is exactly what you're going to be testing. The second step that you're going to do is to do some research or make observations. So yesterday we covered what the difference between observation and inference is. So things that you could look at in this lab is, when does your heart rate increase? When does your heart rate decrease? And the results of those types of questions might be observations based off of previous knowledge. Then you're going to do research and make observations. So what kind of music will make you excited? What kind of music will make you relax? And again, this is most likely for this lab based off previous knowledge. When you are doing other labs, it might be based off of notes. Your research could be online. Your research could be using your 5 senses and actually physically making observations. Then you're going to form a hypothesis. And remember, the proper way to form a hypothesis is to use if-then statements. So take your statement and start it with, if this happens, then this will be the result. Possible hypotheses for this lab could be, if I listen to rap music, hip-hop, techno, or pop, then my heart rate will increase. If I listen to soft, slow rock, alternative, then my heart rate will decrease. Of course, your hypothesis will alter based off of you personally, and so for this lab, you should make a hypothesis based off what you think will happen with your individual heart. Then you're going to do the experiment. You need a control group for every experiment, and that allows you to compare things to be sure effects are due to what you're testing. You have constant variables, so things that stay the same throughout. In this case, the control group is music, and the constant variable could be music genre. Independent variables, or what you're changing, could be the type of music, and dependent variables are due to what you've changed. So you change the type of music, and as a result, your heart rate may change. Then you perform the experiment and collect data. In this case, you're going to find your pulse with no stimulus, so control. Then you're going to listen to music. Then you're going to listen to music for another 30 seconds and measure your pulse. And because we want heart rates per minute, you're going to multiply that by 2. You're going to analyze your data. We'll do this as a class. And then you're going to form a conclusion. What did I find? Was my hypothesis true? Was my hypothesis proved incorrect? And finally, what new questions does that raise?